Hey guys, I'm Angela and welcome back to Hobby Night. This week in Warhammer news, we've got a whole bunch of exciting things, so let's get to it. Killteam is finally getting their 9th edition rules updates with the Pariah Nexus. The Deathguard got a errata that has me quite excited because Daemon Princes are back, but let's first talk about the thing that I feel like ever since my college days I have heard people asking for, and that is a Magic the Gathering and Warhammer 40k crossover. Well, it's happening. Wizards of the Coast announced recently, I think it was a couple days ago or so, that they are partnering with GW to bring us a Warhammer 40k set for Magic the Gathering, which is going to be part of a new line called Universes Beyond. Which is really cool and sounds very interesting. I like it because it is said right now to be exclusively for IPs that they don't already own the licenses to. So for example, like any of the D&D crossovers that happen with Magic would not be included in this set necessarily. But stuff like Warhammer 40k and Lord of the Rings, which is the other one that got announced that will be included in this sort of set design, are things that are going to be there, and that makes me really excited, honestly, for both of them. The 40k product, we know a little bit of information about what we're actually going to be getting. So let's talk about it a little bit. We are going to be getting some commander decks for Warhammer 40k, which has me very excited. I like the commander format. That I assume means that we'll be getting 100 unique cards in each of those decks, maybe a little bit of overlap with some commons, but they should be pretty unique. So that'll be a great way to just like start a collection and everything, because let's face it, I like fancy art pieces, and this is a great way to collect them, and I'm certainly going to be trying to get a hold of some of these 40k ones because it has me really, really hyped. But the commander decks are not the only thing that we know is going to be coming for this, and it is a product that I am not a huge fan of as a person who works in the games business in regards of like selling it and everything as the buyer for a store, but I also just, it's so hard to get, and it's just gonna be insane to actually get a hold of. They're also planning on doing some Secret Layers products. Now, if you aren't familiar with what Secret Layers is, it is a direct from Wizards of the Coast product that you can purchase, I think exclusively on like a specific website, where it's unique sets that are collector, basically. Like they don't really, from my understanding, have that much bearing on, say, Standard, which the Beyond Universes Wizards of the Coast has said that it will not affect Standard play or anything like that. So it will be a separate format from the just normal core cycle that Magic goes through, much like most TCGs do. So that is very promising and everything. So it's not going to be affecting that. But Secret Layers are just, they're so difficult to get a hold of. And it's just, I'm so bummed about that. But I hope that they announce other additional like booster packs and everything. Because right now, if it's just the commander decks and the Secret Layers product that we're getting, that means we're not getting any just like standard draft or set draft or like themed boosters. Because dear gosh, like Wizards of the Coast has like so many different booster styles these days. And I want to see some of those for Warhammer 40k. Like the theme decks, for example, I think would be really cool because then you could theme them either by faction or literally Space Marine chapters if you wanted to, like, because you could just have all of the card art is guaranteed to be Ultramarine or Blood Angel or Chaos Marine or whatever. Like, I don't know how they would fully do that or anything, but I feel like it could be very, very cool. I do have some concerns though when this announcement came out, because like, I was both simultaneously very, very excited because I like collecting cards. I used to collect Pokemon all the time because I just liked the art, and this is going to be right up my alley. But as a buyer for a game store, and having watched the absolute craze that is trading card games right now, and like sports cards, actually, like collectible cards are just so hard to get a hold of. And I just am so worried about like how allocations are going to work with this. So be friendly to your friendly local game stores while they are purchasing this product. We're going to do our best to try to get what we can. But oh my gosh, TCGs are in such high demand right now. Let me know what you think of them in this whole collaboration and partnership between Wizards of the Coast and Magic the Gathering. Or sorry, not those are the same company. Magic the Gathering and Warhammer. Let me know what you think. Which one are you more excited for, the 40k or the Lord of the Rings? I think I'm more excited for the 40k, but I'm actually very curious to see what they do with the Lord of the Rings stuff, because we have very little information about that one at all now. Oh, hey, didn't see you guys there. Well, while you're here, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the video. Let's go ahead and talk now about Killteam Pariah Nexus, because that has gone up for pre-order this weekend as of this Saturday. And I'm very excited for it because I'm going to be getting it for the terrain, but we're finally getting updated data sheets for the Space Marines from Indominus Crusade, for the Necrons, which is great. So you'll actually be able to use your new Necron models like in Killteam and have it work well. And some of the new rules that they've been previewing have been very cool. I personally really like the idea of the Royal Warden in Killteam. Just he seems like a very powerful character to run with your smaller lists and everything, and I really like the idea of him. The ability he has to be able to allow you to fall back and shoot, I think, can be really powerful in that game, especially since there is so many like close combat. You are probably getting. I imagine that there is so much close combat stuff that happens because there are so few models, and then with this interior stuff that they're doing now with introducing in Pariah Nexus. I feel like that's going to be very effective, so I'm very, very excited for it. I also am excited for the fact that they actually have a couple of new books coming out, which also include some terrain sets. Now, I do have some issues, though, with these terrain sets, because, to me, I understand there's 3 of them. There are 3 terrain sets, they're all Imperium. Not surprising. There is a lot of industrial, which I don't have a problem with. I actually like the 2 industrial sets a lot. But there is one particular set, I think it is their Frontiers set, that is just a bunch of very blocky looking buildings, including literally a rectangular square bunker. You just released a bunch of cool Necron pieces in Pariah Nexus. Why the heck, GW, would you not also include one of these sets? Specifically, I'm talking this Frontier one because it's already kind of just a blocky set of terrain anyways. Why not make it Necron themed so that all of those pylons and barricades and stuff that you're getting in Pariah Nexus have something to go with? Why? Please? I know why, because it just doesn't sell, I assume. But I really want them to diversify their terrain. I know I've said that in a couple of videos anytime I've talked about terrain. In Age of Sigmar, they're a lot better about it. And I just want to see that treatment come over into 40k, because I like the idea that they have been doing with the specific terrain pieces for your armies. Like, I like the idea of my Deathguard terrain piece. I like the idea of the Necron terrain pieces. I want additional terrain pieces to go with them that have no rules, that can just be on my table as something cool thematic that is not just more Imperium. Thank you. This has been my rant during your Pariah Nexus preview of why I want better terrain. I'm also wanting them to maybe start releasing these kits when they're... So with the Killteam kit, it is the only way right now to get any of the models in there, because that's what GW does. They like to do this. They did it with Indominus. They did it with Pariah Nexus. I'm pretty sure there are box sets that I'm not remembering the names of right now that they've done it before in the past. And normally I don't mind, because like the Killteam set, for example, feels like it's like, well, the Killteam hasn't gotten anything. Let them have something. This is cool. It's new. It's a way for them to have some new models, plus get those updated data sheets. Awesome. Why can't they just release like the normal kits for like the Space Marines specifically, separately but simultaneously? Like, I assume they're just gonna take the sprues out of this and...
You know why. Money.
It's always about the money.
Our business.
I know.
The most insidious of all chaos.
That's true. Daemon Princes no longer have the keyword Lord of the Deathguard, which means that I can actually run my old 8th edition list again, because I can actually have Typhus and my Daemon Prince running together. And I really don't know how I feel about this change. On one hand, I love it, because it gives me more flexibility and I now get to run my Demon Princes how I wanted to. But the couple of games that I've played for 9th edition, I haven't actually been running them, and I've kind of really been enjoying it. So I don't know if I want to. So I have conflicted feelings about this errata because I just don't know if I like that they changed it. Because I kind of liked the weird restriction because it felt almost thematic. And now I feel like they've taken it away. Also, I have some questions because I am looking at the actual errata on GW's website, and all it says is to remove the tag, not the ability. So, do the Demon Princes still have the Lord of Death, Lord of the Deathguard ability? Because if they do, dang, that's awesome. I'm sort of reading it that way. Let me know if there has been further updates since that has said, no, you have to remove the ability as well. But right now, it's looking super, super great. They also changed a couple of other things. Flash Outbreak has changed the second sentence. So there was that. And then they also adjusted how difficult ground works when it's in working with Exonerable Advance. I haven't used Exonerable Advance that much so far in my gameplay, so I don't know how much this one is going to affect me, but I do know some people were a little bit upset about it because I think it just makes Exonerable Advance really not as useful or something like that. Let me know down in the comments if you guys have some thoughts on that, because I'm feeling pretty good about it. It's a small amount of updates, but overall I feel like they're pretty useful, especially that Demon Prince one. And that has been it for the Warhammer news, although I do have one thing that sort of carried over from last week. Some shipments from Games Workshop in the US are still delayed because of weather. I, in fact, am still waiting on Sigvald. He has not shown up yet. He stood me up twice now. So instead, I thought I would go ahead and pull out somebody who's also full of chaos, but is definitely available, and I am going to be painting Abaddon the Despoiler.